Today on Brilliance Business TV, we have Melody Chadamoyo. Melody is the CEO and founder of Heart Passion Institute, author of Why Self-Love is the Key to True Love. She has helped many women transform their relationships from frustration to bliss with deeper connection using her love awakening system. Stay tuned. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest on the show today, Melody Chadamoyo. I knew I would mess this one up, Melody. She is a relationship coach, and the way to a great life is having great relationships. So I'm really looking forward to a conversation with Melody today. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also streaming on mspnewsglobal.com, and we're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes, going out to Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. And we're also on Business Innovators Radio Network. I want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. Let's bring in our incredible guest, Melody Chadamoyo. It's a very difficult pronunciation, isn't it, Melody? So I do apologize for totally messing that up.
Oh, you got it right. You got it right. So don't apologize. It's okay.
So we're talking all about relationships today, Melody. My first question I would like to ask you is, how did you become a relationship coach?
Usually as these things, happen, you fall in love and then you realize the love isn't working. And nobody had actually told me that relationships go through phases: the honeymoon phase, the conflict stage, and then the bliss stage. But most people get stuck in the conflict stage, and I found myself there for a while, and I thought the solution was to get a divorce from my husband, because obviously it was his fault. And I struggled a lot because we had migrated to Ireland at the time, and I was alone with a young baby, so I couldn't just move out. I had to plan and see if I could do it later. So while I was waiting to leave my husband, I decided to focus on myself and work on myself and start loving myself and start doing things for me. And all of a sudden, I got to connect with him again. We started talking nicely to each other again. I was more compassionate and more understanding. And now I know, if you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else.
That's a beautiful message, Melody. So you were about to divorce, but then you started doing some self-work on yourself, and that brought you back together. So you are really teaching your clients what you have been through, and so you can then pass on all of that knowledge to your clients, right?
Yes, yeah, oh, definitely. And I learned from evidence-based. We do energy work as well. I've done a lot of work on myself, and I continue to do work on myself, because every relationship I have, I now look at it like, this is valuable. I want to keep it, and I want to keep it healthy. So the relationships with my daughters is, the relationship with my brothers, the relationships with my sisters and my mom and everybody around me, they're all important. And I pay attention to who am I being when I am with them. And that helps me to be hopefully a better person to be around.
Well, I think self-work is so important. We always have to look after ourselves. And what kind of clients do you look after, Melody?
I work with women, women who have been hurt and who are giving up on love, or have never managed to find somebody. Because I feel like, if they have time to heal that pain, that angst, or remove the wall around their hearts, they can open up beautifully and start to love again. So usually it's women, but I've worked with men who have approached me because they've seen me on social media and they think, oh, you can help me. And I've managed to help them. Yeah.
You picked up a great point there, Melody. Sometimes our past traumas, our past pains, they hold us back from moving forward, don't they? I know myself, I've had a couple of bad relationships, what really left me really with no self-worth, no self-value. And it does take self-worth, which gladly I've done a lot of self-improvement now. But that can really hold you back moving forwards, can't it?
Oh, yes. And it also stops you, because we always take things personally. We think what happens to us is because of us. It's not because of it's because of something that's missing in us. When actually, sometimes you just meet a jerk or somebody who has their own traumas and they don't know how to handle them, so they pass them on to you. And if you embody that and take it on and identify with it, then it stops you from experiencing life the way you were meant to experience it, to enjoy it the way you were meant to enjoy your life.
Tell us a little bit about the struggles that your clients face regarding relationships when they come to you.
So some of them would be, like, I'll give you an example of my client called Jane. I'll call her Jane. And that's not a real name. And Jane when she approached me, she was like, I'm curious about your work. I'm not really, my relationship is good. It's okay. We get on really well. We don't really fight and stuff. But I want to find out what you can teach me. So we started working together one-on-one. And then all of a sudden, she started to see that what she thought they had good communication, they really didn't. They just didn't tell each other important things. And so to avoid conflict. So we worked together and I taught her how to express herself fully. And after a while, her husband came to me and she said, and he wanted to meet me because he was like, I don't know what you're doing, but my wife is now 10 times better than she was. And she only had boys, sons, and most of the things she was doing with her sons were very emasculating things. And I taught her how to communicate with them in a way that makes them feel respected. And all of a sudden, the boys are doing so much. Like her last born is 2 years old. So even he is, inspired, and they do things for her. They would always make sure she comes for coaching sessions. And so that was not really a difficulty, but it seems like it's a good relationship, but you're still getting a few things wrong. And then I have people who have were traumatized, like they've been cheated on, they've been disappointed, and they have just given up. and we work on healing a lot. Like there's a need for healing anyway on a daily basis. So these people have never done healing work. So we start with healing and removing all that pain and suffering and gunk in their hearts, and then we open up, and then all of a sudden they start to feel love and be lovable and meeting new people. I haven't had anyone who's married yet, but they've managed to go into a relationship and even find, okay, this person is not right for me, but they are not taking it as personally as they used to anymore. Yeah.
I hear you. So you mentioned energy work and working on yourself. Just share a little bit about what that looks like, Melody.
So most of the work that we do would be meditation, would be tapping work, would be sometimes visualization of what you want. There's a lot of journaling to be done as well, journaling and visualization going on all the time, and asking questions, like asking questions that you want answered, even though you don't have an answer. Like, how do you want your relationship, or the vision of your relationship, or how do you want to wake up in the morning? Having those ideas in your head, you start to see things happening that way. And then you think, okay, I did realize that this could happen for me, and that I could actually get to this space. And yeah, life gets really exciting then.
Visualization is very powerful, isn't it? Even in business, to create your new realities. I am a big advocate of visualization for anything that you would like to achieve in life. I find it very powerful. Do you, Melody?
Oh yeah, I love it so much, because that's what I did when I was looking for a boyfriend. When I was 17, one day I just decided I couldn't find a boy I could really connect with. And I said, well, if I'm meant to find someone, this is the person I would want to meet. And I visualized the qualities. I wanted him to be kind, to be generous, to be, very intelligent, to be, the person that would make me feel like life is really exciting. And when I met him at 19, I wasn't looking. We just bumped into each other and we became fast friends. And then we started dating and we got married. But it was a few maybe months later that I said, this is the person I had been looking for. I didn't even link it because I didn't write it down. I just thought about it one day, but I saw it so clearly what I wanted. And then he was there and I was like, oh, that's what I wanted. And so I know how powerful it can be, that when you get clear about what you want and you specify it, whether you voice it out, you write it down, you think it in your head, and you get very clear, you start to see it happening. So yeah, I love visualization so much.
And you mentioned you mainly work with women, but you do work with men as well. Is that correct?
Yes, that's very correct. And I'm so passionate about men that I study. I study them. I study people, study them. I read about them a lot, about studies of what's healthy masculinity, because usually what we hear about in the media is toxic masculinity, or things that behaviors that don't foster partnership with women. Whereas I'm always looking at things that can actually help men and women to partner together, whether at work, whether at home. How can we live harmoniously together? I'm always, if there's anything out there, I'm always reading it.
Well, we all learn through reading, personal development, self-improvement. I love the work that you're doing, Melody. Melody, I just want to go to a commercial break, so please stay where you are. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for part 1 of Brilliance Business TV. We're in conversation with the incredible Melody, who is a relationship coach, and our topic today is relationships. Stay tuned.
Hello, this is Stephen Buckner, and just wanted to tell you I support the Dreamweaver project. It's a great project where artists such as myself will be able to come together and basically collaborate, and to have a retreat to feel accepted and welcome. And that's something that artists here and around the world could always benefit from. So I just want to say, please support the Dreamweaver project. I think it's for a great cause, and I salute all the independent artists out there and artists that are signed as well. And have a wonderful day.
Welcome back to Brilliance Business TV. We're joined with the incredible Melody, relationship coach, and we're discussing relationships. Welcome back, Melody.
Thank you very much, Mark. I had to take off my glasses because the lights are killing me. But I can see, so it's okay. We're
You
good.
can see, so everything is amazing. So, Melody, what kind of results have you seen for your clients after they have worked for you, worked with you?
Yeah, I've seen people grow in confidence, get calmer, which they didn't expect. Because people say, I'm so calm these days. I don't panic anymore. Everything is so good. And I've also seen people doing romantic things for their husbands that they never used to do before, always waiting for the men to do all the work. Now, one of my clients sent me photographs of rose petals going into a picnic, saying, I did this. I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for you. And I've seen, people get back together when they had said no, someone had moved out already and it was over. And they get back together stronger, happier, more committed to each other. So I've seen, yeah, I've seen men grow in confidence as well, to ask for what they want without being aggressive, to just be, puffed up and happy and welcoming the world and not being intimidated by other men, which can happen.
It must make you very proud and feel rewarded when you see your clients going on for having incredible results. That must make you really happy, Melody.
Oh yeah, that's what I live for. I live for that high. I can't, every time I get, whether it's a text message or a comment somewhere and someone says, you have no idea what just happened to me, I get so excited because that's the whole point. I don't like people to suffer through relationships. I don't even think that's what's supposed to happen. We got lost somewhere in the middle, and now most people suffer needlessly. So when a few people at a time discover the magic of being in a happy relationship and they can sustain it, they know exactly what to do every time. That's just, that makes my life magical.
What has surprised you about coaching, Melody?
How quick things turn around. Like when I did my own coaching, when I was coaching myself and I was discovering things, but I got curious and I said, let me just try and see if this works. And I tried it. Within 2 weeks, we came from, I wasn't talking to my husband at all. He wasn't talking to me, to, having conversations, even though they were like expressing, I really want us to be harmonious with each other. I don't want to fight all the time, whatever. But it was a start. And from then on, we became friends again, and we communicated at a higher, deeper level. And the gratitude of being with that person is so amazing. So just the idea that you can be with each other in that way when you thought you were enemies is fabulous.
And it's a great success story to share with your clients, that you can just be going to get divorced from each other. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel, right, Melody?
Oh yeah, there's always life. I actually think who's the Dr. Phil once said that if you are going to get a divorce, the only reason why you should get a divorce is when you have done everything you can to save it, and you part as friends, not enemies. When you are still emotionally charged, and whenever you see that person, they make you want to, punch them or whatever. You shouldn't divorce at that. You shouldn't divorce at that time, because if you take all that energy to outside, you're going to recreate it with someone else. So you need to fight everything with this person if you need to, and get to a point where you get to peace. And then if you think, okay, it still is not working, then you can go somewhere else. Find someone to help you. There are so many people who can help now. When I was going through this, well, in the 90s, I didn't have anybody. There were a few books that were written. And even then, when I tried to talk to people, they would tell me things like, marriage is work, it's very difficult, but nobody would tell you what that work looked like because nobody was doing the work. But now there are so many resources, and the speed at which you can transform your life is phenomenal. And the outcome of how because when you work on your relationship, it's like you're working about your relationship with your husband or your boyfriend, but it impacts every area of your life. Every relationship you have is going to benefit. Even your work is going to benefit. So it's very worthwhile to make sure you do the work.
Why is it so important that people do get relationship coaching? Because I'm guessing some people may feel embarrassed to reach out for help, or they may feel ashamed that they're struggling. So why is it so important that people do reach out for some relationship coaching?
Because even in your job, we all have jobs, right? We go to advance, we go to universities to get degrees. After that, you keep adding professional development, whatever, regularly in order to keep up to date. Your relationship is even more important than your job, because guess what? If you get fired, you get another job. If you lose your husband or your wife and you still love them, most of the time, that's it. You're miserable for the rest of your life. If you don't leave them and you stay with them and you're not happy, you're still miserable for the rest of your life. And then you have health issues and all the other stuff. So it's actually worth your while to take the time to do something about learning how to do relationships right. Because if you commit to all these other areas of your life, why not your personal life, where we get our most joy, our most expansion? And when you have a good partner, the things you create together change the world. They really do.
I think you have a great energy about you, Melody, and I've really enjoyed learning about you, your business, and how you really support your clients with relationships. And like you say, it can help in all of your relationships. It can help in your business life. It really has a ripple effect on all aspects of your life. Now, I know you are offering a free gift. Tell us a little bit about what the free gift is, Melody.
So one of the problems most people who have been together for a few years come through is they stop knowing what to do with each other. They think they've done everything. So they get bored, and the next thing they just go and sit on the couch and watch Netflix. I don't have anything against Netflix. But if you do it too many times, then you look at the person and they start to get boring while they're sitting next to you. So I've prepared 35 date night ideas that people can start to add more adventure, more fun into their life. Because if you're having fun with each other, you don't get bored and you don't get annoyed as much with each other because you're busy having fun. And I just thought, people might want to have some kind of help. You can add to the list. You can even add a little bit of or subtract some things, and they come from the cheap free to the luxurious Paris 5-star hotel. I don't know, something like that. They're all in there.
I would encourage everyone, if you are in a relationship and you're needing some support, or you want to make your relationships better, it doesn't have to just be a romantic relationship. You may have other relationships where you need some guidance and support. Email Melody for the free gift, or to reach out to her to ask her more about how she can support you in relationships. So get your free gift at melody@heartpassioninstitute.com. That's melody@heartpassioninstitute.com. melody@heartpassioninstitute.com. Melody, I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Thank you so much for being my guest on Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much for having me. I've also enjoyed myself. Thank you, Mark.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you everyone for watching Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. Our conversation today has been with the incredible Melody, relationship coach, and we have been discussing great topic, how to create great relationships. Until next time, bye for now.